Good evening. This is the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting. It is Wednesday, August 26, 2026. I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll begin with a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will have two opportunities for public comment this evening. The first is limited to agenda items only. We'll hear that now. Do we have anything? Thank you. All right, Mr. Reel. If you could just come up to the microphone, sir, and state your full name and indicate if you are a township resident, please.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Ryle. I'm a resident of 160 West Buttonwood Drive, Churchville.
Thank you. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. Go ahead, sir.
So I've been a resident in Churchville for 27 years now. We've had a great living in Churchville until the last month when PICO has come out and started with the power lines, the subcontractors doing the lines on the street. Now, a week before they started, I talked to a PICO representative who assured me that they were just putting lines in. They weren't going to touch anybody's driveway or anybody's sidewalk. 3 days later, they're cutting a hole in my driveway. So I assumed they were going to fix it, no big deal. But a week later, I come home from work and I have two big platforms on my lawn. They're clearly not on the property line like they should be. And I contacted Mr. Dullahan from PICO, who's supposed to be the representative. It took me 4 days to finally get a hold of him. He called me back and he said, I told him my concern that it wasn't on the property line. They're sticking out a foot above the ground. I've never seen anything in the township like this. So he told me to send him pictures. I sent him pictures. He told me he was going to get back to me that day. He was going to contact his team. I never heard from him since. Now, I contacted the foreman on the job. He came down and looked at him and said, yeah, we probably could have done a better job with him. So that's where I stand. I haven't heard anything back from him. I contacted the zoning here and was told that there's very limited to what they could do. Now, I looked at other neighborhoods. I haven't seen anything like this in any other neighborhoods. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just keep going from one house to the next and putting these big platforms in. I don't have any solutions. I don't know if you do. What can be done here?
Okay, sir. Well, I'm going to turn to the township manager. And just so our record's clear, I don't believe that you're suggesting anything related to an agenda item. This is just more of a public comment.
Correct.
Okay, and that's fine. We're out of order, and that's okay, sir. I just want to make our record clear.
Sorry.
Mr. Pellegrino, I don't know anything about this. Perhaps you do.
Well, I can tell you and the rest of the community, PICO for years has been working to upgrade the electrical grid in the system. They are not controlled by the township. However, we do have some say, or we can make enough noise, if I can say it that way, to get their attention to address concerns by residents. I don't know what you mean by platform. Is it a metal plate?
It's a big plastic platform. They're 4 foot by 4 foot, and they're very high. So they dig into the ground and they bury these things into the ground.
Okay.
They more look like shipping containers. That's how big they are.
Yeah, and then they cover them over. There's a
They don't cover
There's
them
a
over.
top.
They don't cover them over. These are sticking up a foot
up.
above the ground.
Okay.
I have pictures here. I'll share the pictures with you.
You're on Buttonwood. I'll follow up with our representative from PICO tomorrow and see if we can't get their attention to address your concerns.
Right. Now, the other neighbors seem to have one. I have two on my lawn. Now, I questioned him why they weren't on the property line, and he told me if they had to turn around and dig the old containers out, he'd have to shut my power off for a week.
Wow.
So I've never seen this before. I showed it to other people who do utility work, and they've said they've never seen anything like this before.
Do you mind sharing your house number again?
160 West Buttonwood Drive.
60, okay.
I was going to say, sir, if you want to give Ms. Casey on the way out information where you can be contacted, I don't want you to spread that across the public record, but
Yeah, if
Okay.
you could share your phone number with,
Right. Now, I also talked to Mr. Dolan, Gary Dolan, who is from Pico, and I asked him if he has come out and driven through the neighborhood, and I couldn't get a comment out of him. So,
that doesn't surprise me.
yeah, I came home from work and was just extremely shocked to see these on my lawn.
You have
I've been here
two-
27 years, and I've never seen it. My family loves living here. My two kids have been volunteer firemen for 14 years up until they went to a full-time crew. So everybody's just totally shocked by what's going on there. If you drive through the neighborhood, you really see what the scope of what's going on there.
I'm concerned that you said they put these possibly on your property and not in the right-of-way.
Correct.
And if
They're-
that's the case, we'll make them move it.
From what I understand, they should be on the dividing line of the property.
The
They're clearly
right-of-way
not on
on
the divide.
Buttonwood is probably a 50-foot wide right-of-way, so 25 feet back from the center line of the road would be the township road right-of-way. It should be in there.
Yeah.
If it's not in there, it's actually on your property, and that's a problem.
Yeah, and my other concern is they're sticking out a foot above the ground. There's no lights there at night. If somebody comes walking down the street and hits that,
Yeah.
who's going to be liable,
Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. As I said, if you can give Ms. Casey your personal information so you can be contacted.
Thank you so much for your time.
Email and phone would be great. Thank you.
All right, next, we're going to move to consent items. We have approval of the minutes for July 22nd, 2026, accounts payable August 12, 2026, accounts payable August 26, 2026. We have report on 2027 minimum municipal obligation for police and non-uniformed employee pension plans. Supervisor Lombardo?
Thank you. The administration is required to submit a report to the Board of Supervisors, that's us, on the minimum municipal obligations, MMO, for each of the employee pension plans by September 30th of each year for the following year. The MMO represents the funding level required by the township to maintain the actuarial soundness of each plan, to make sure the plan is good, sound, and in effect for these employees. The township actuarial calculated the required contribution amounts for the 2027 plan year for next year, and these must be budgeted as expenditures in our budget for 2027. The MMOs for each plan in 2027 are as follows. Police pension fund, $1,157,000 plus. Non-uniformed employees plan, $651,900. Firefighters money purchase plan, $11,800. Money purchase pension plan, $420,400 roughly. The total is $2,241,188. So the total MMO, which I just said, for 2027 is an increase of $161,862 from the previous year, from this year. Now, the township expects to receive approximately $1,373,000 in the municipal pension state system state aid. So that comes from the state that reimburses that fund, and that's going to reduce the required local contribution. So the balance of $886,188 will be budgeted in the general fund, a reduction to the township cost from last year. We had a $915,326. So it is a reduction, that's better for for us, and we will have to budget that in 2027. The vote to approve the MMO is not required, but this information must be included in tonight's minutes for auditing purposes. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. We'll move to bids for the purchase of de-icing salt. Supervisor Rose.
Yes, on behalf of the Bucks County Consortium, Doylestown Borough advertised bids for rock salt in the Intelligencer on July 24th, 2026, and July 29th, 2026. I recommend a contract be awarded to Riverside Construction Materials Incorporated, Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, at their bid price of $75 per ton delivered, $75 per ton undelivered. Our last contract was for $61.86 per ton delivered and $61 per ton undelivered with Morton Salt. And we used approximately 4,100 tons this past winter season. Hopefully, we won't use as much this next year. And that's it.
Thank you. And finally, in the consent items, we have consideration of a one-year extension option for the Whitetail disposal waste collection contract. Supervisor Gasper.
Okay, we presently have a contract, trash for trash and waste collection for Whitetail disposal. The contract provides that the township may award 2 one-year contract extensions with our discretion. So I propose the Whitetail disposal has performed in accordance with its contractual obligations, and the township receives very few complaints, and Whitetail takes care of all complaints and collects issues in a timely manner. The administration and we, the board, authorized the final one-year contract extension to Whitetail disposal for solid waste collection and transportation of household trash, yard waste, and recycling materials, beginning January 1, 2027, and end on December 31, 2027. The contract extension does affect the annual trash collection fee slightly. Okay.
It does not affect.
It does not, I know.
Does not
I saw the
affect.
little bit of a difference, very slightly.
That's a typo on my
Okay.
part.
Thank you.
Any questions? Please give a call to the township.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve consent items?
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Any comment? Any comment? No? We'll vote. All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. At this time, I'd like to open a public hearing on consideration of an ordinance setting fees and charges for collection of delinquent real estate taxes. So we'll open that hearing. Supervisor Lombardo.
Thank you, Bob. We have been advised, we were advised a little while ago, that the Bucks County Tax Claim Bureau is changing its process to collect and process payments to the municipality for the collection of delinquent real estate taxes, and request that any governing body such as us adopt an ordinance to affirm our desire to use the new method. I'm sure we don't have anybody in this room that is delinquent on their property taxes, so it doesn't apply to those people that are current. But under the current delinquent real estate process, the County Tax Claim Bureau collects 100% of the delinquency plus interest and charges, and basically gives us 95% of that collection, which means we lose 5% of the real estate taxes that were billed. The new method will charge 105% of the face value, interest and penalties, on a delinquent tax bill, and return 100% to the municipality of our real estate tax. This new method relieves taxpayers not delinquent on the real estate taxes from bills and the cost of collecting the delinquent payments. If we draft this, the ordinance that we have drafted was advised last month on July 26th. We advised that we were going to be doing this for a public hearing this evening. If we adopt this ordinance and amend the Township Code of Ordinances and add a Part 5 to our Chapter 24 entitled Taxation Special, the amendment appoints the Bucks County Tax Claim Bureau as our alternative collector and establishes the fees for collection of delinquent taxes at 5% of face value, interest and penalty of the delinquent tax bill. Now, if we adopt this ordinance, we automatically adopt into the new method and we collect 100%. If we do not adopt this ordinance, they will still use the old method that they have, and we will only get 95%. So by adopting this ordinance, we will gain 5%, we will get 100% of our taxes. So if I may make a motion.
Please.
I move to adopt ordinance number 632 and amend the Code of Ordinances at Chapter 24 by adding a new Part 5, appointing the Bucks County Tax Claim Bureau as alternative collector and establishing fees, interest, and charges for collection of the delinquent real estate taxes.
I'll second that.
Okay, any comment?
This is a winner. I mean, I don't see how we can turn down getting 100% of our taxes for only 95% of our taxes. It makes us whole.
Supervisor
Yes.
Supervisor Gasper?
Great idea, yes.
Supervisor Rose?
It's good for me.
All right, as it's a public hearing, I'll address the people in the gallery. Anyone wish to comment? Okay. Unless you're delinquent on your taxes and have to pay 105% as opposed to 100, I can't see how you'd be
Not
opposed to
accusing
this.
anybody of being delinquent.
So those in favor saying aye? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries, and we will close the public hearing. There's no unfinished business this evening. We'll move to new business. First is consideration of Resolution R2614, adopting the 2026 Bucks County Hazard Mitigation Plan. Supervisor Rose.
Yes, as a prerequisite to receiving post-disaster hazard mitigation grant program funds from the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, Section 322 of the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000 requires state and local governments develop and submit a hazard mitigation plan to FEMA that outlines processes for identifying their respective natural hazards, risks, and vulnerabilities. The Bucks County Planning Commission has traditionally prepared a county-wide plan that is adopted by all municipalities in the county to the best coordinate resources on a larger scale in the event of a natural disaster or other emergency situation. The plan is renewed and updated annually. The County Planning Commission recently updated the Bucks County Hazard Mitigation Plan and put from Bucks County Emergency Management Agency and local emergency management officials, and the updated plan was recently approved by FEMA. To be eligible for FEMA grant funds, the township must either adopt the Bucks County Hazard Mitigation Plan as its official hazard mitigation plan or prepare and submit its own plan to FEMA. Our administration recommends that we adopt the county plan as the official plan for the township. With that, I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to approve resolution number R-26-14, adopting the 2026 Bucks County Hazard Mitigation Plan as the official hazard mitigation plan of Northampton Township.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Any comment?
No, it's all good.
Any comment? Supervisor Lombardo?
No, I think it's good, too.
Supervisor Gasper?
No comment.
No comment from me. Those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next is consideration of Resolution R2615, the PennDOT Supplemental Winter Maintenance Agreement. Supervisor Rose.
I can't believe we're already talking about winter stuff.
We are.
Okay. To ensure an efficient and effective maintenance program during winter seasons, PennDOT enters into agreements with municipalities to transfer winter maintenance responsibilities on designated state highways or routes. The current contract, approved by the board on October 22nd last year, authorized the township to provide snow and ice removal on 38.8 miles of state-owned roads within the township. Due to recent changes of the line striping on Route 332 at Route 232, the lane miles increased by 1 mile, which represents an increase in the cost for this roadway to be serviced. This increase of payment to the township over the remaining term of the 10-year agreement is an estimated $16,148.48. To ensure this cost is paid to the township, the board will need to execute an amendment to the original agreement. With that, I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to approve Resolution R-26-15, authorizing and designating the township manager as the township official to execute a winter services agreement amendment and necessary documents with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for winter maintenance on the PennDOT roads and identified in Exhibit A of the supplemental agreement.
Do I hear a second?
Go ahead.
I'll second that.
Any comment?
It's good. We do a great job plowing the roads, and this is just getting us a little more money for what we're having.
Any comment?
I'm happy with that news.
After this past winter, I say good idea.
I want every dollar from PennDOT we can squeeze out of them. So, those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Finally, in new business, we have consideration for authorization to advertise zoning ordinance amendment to provide for a data center use in the I-1 planned industrial office district. Supervisor Gasper.
Okay. Due to the current development of data centers throughout the whole country, it is recommended that our zoning ordinance be updated to reflect this trend. As a result, the proposed draft amendment defines data centers and permits them by conditional use in the industrial district. In addition, the ordinance establishes dimensional requirements and regulations related to noise, utility consumption, lighting, security, and environmental and community impact. Upon authorization for advertisement, this ordinance will be forwarded to the township and county planning commissions as required by the municipality's planning code. If you are inclined to authorize this advertisement of this ordinance, you may wish to utilize this motion, which I am. I move to authorize advertisement of a public hearing on Wednesday, October 28, 2026, at 7 p.m. here at the Township Building to consider an amendment to the Northampton Township zoning ordinance for the purpose of adding a definition for data center in addition to permitting the subject use in the I-1 planned industrial office district by conditional use, as well as establishing criteria related to the subject use.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any comment?
Thank you. No, I think I was not for data centers, but after I researched and looked into it, I think it'll be good for our township. If it's in an industrial area, I don't think we could ever have it anywhere else. And with our specifications that we're doing with the ordinance, I think we're on the safe side.
Supervisor Lombardo, any comment?
Just a couple. This is not, just want to be clear, this is not approving any data center. I don't think we have any requests for a data center right now. This is just limiting where a data center could go if it was such a request, and limits the type of data center because of the dimensions, the use, and everything else. And it still gives us the option to negotiate with anybody who wants to put a data center here. And it also meets with the state requirements, which we have to follow. So I don't want anybody to think that we're that Paula just, gave approval for a data center, so. But it limits what can be done if a data center was ever requested here.
I think our specifics.
But I agree with it.
Supervisor Rose?
Yes, I think that this is a very good ordinance because we are doing the best we can to protect our community against a data center by putting enough guardrails up that we can protect our township. So I think this is great for our administration, pulling this out early and trying to protect our township as best we can.
So I'll say we're at this point only moving to authorize advertisement of a public hearing in October. I'll reserve a lot of my comments, but this is an example of the board being forward-thinking because the administration is forward-thinking. So with that, those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. We'll move on to liaison reports. I will note that Supervisor Moore was unable to be here this evening. We'll start with Supervisor Rose.
Yes, first I'll start with Public Works. The road crew continued inlet repairs ahead of the 2026 paving program, which is underway. Completed crack sealing for Cape Seal and Nova Chip treatments. Performed other routine maintenance, including repaired sinkholes and potholes, basin maintenance, storm cleanup, mowing, street sweeping, and sign replacement. They've also coordinated guardrail repairs on the Twining Ford Bridge. In the parks, they have supported Thursday night concerts and camp closeout activities. They've planned fall tree plantings and have purchased trees. Facilities maintenance, they've painted part of the Civic Center and Senior Center in the library's juvenile area. And mechanics began preparations of large dump trucks for winter, provided equipment repairs during paving operations, sold surplus vehicles and equipment, and generated approximately $69,000 in township revenue, and planted a second surplus sale for the fall. I also would like, I don't know if anybody heard this, but I have a feeling most people did. Yesterday, we lost Dolly Parton. She was more than a beloved entertainer. She was someone who had a remarkable way of bringing people together. That's why our flags are at half-staff. Through her music, her kindness, and her generosity, she reminds us of the importance of caring for one another and giving back to our communities. Her compassion has touched countless lives, showing us that giving isn't just about money. It's about caring, helping, and making someone's day a little brighter. So let's all be a little more like Dolly. Lead with kindness, give what we can, and always look for ways to bring people together and make our community a better place. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll move on to Supervisor Gasper.
Okay, good. First of all, I'm going to start with, I don't know if Bill has that up on the screen. There is going to be a dedication on 2nd Street Pike at the Addisville Church for Air Force Captain Walter Sigafus III. He and his pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Lemon, were declared missing in action after a mission over Laos on April 25, 1971, during the Vietnam War. Okay, they're going to be recognized. He will be recognized on September 18. And for more information, Representative Kristen Marcel's office can be reached if anyone has any questions. That's at 10:30 in the morning on Friday, September 18. So I wanted to mention that. Okay, in addition, the Veterans Advisory Commission is planning a annual fundraiser at Giuseppe's Pizza at 6 o'clock on the 23rd of September for funding our hometown wreath laying over at Union Cemetery. Okay, we're going to have hors d'oeuvres, drinks, and there are great raffle baskets that we raffle off. It's open to the public, and it's very family-friendly, and come one, come all. And then I also want to mention the brick orders. If you are a veteran, or if you know someone who has served in the military and would like to purchase a brick for them, and we can place it on the Veterans Walkway here at the Township Building. Okay, the cost is only $100 per brick. The order forms can be found online or on the Township website or right in the lobby here in the Township Building. The bricks ordered this year will be unveiled at our Veterans Day ceremony. That will take place on November 14. Okay, more to come. So bricks that are people, veterans who have served. It's not a memorial. So I also want to mention, we can't forget our heroes from 9/11, and we have to honor them. We have a flag raising on 9/11 in the industrial park at a company by the name of National Maintenance and Build Our Company. Okay, it's on Polinsky Road, and they are going to have that flag raising there. Okay, then I'll go right to the library. The library's annual Summer Quest summer reading program ran from mid-June through mid-August. Okay, the library held more than 91 related programs, and more than 5,000 visitors were in attendance. Okay, this year we had 178 participants completed the full program and will be entered in a drawing for Newtown Bookshop gift cards. So I just mentioned that our Council Rock School teenagers did donate 700 hours of their time to help the library over the course of this summer. So that was a very nice gesture. I want to remind everyone that the 250 PA programming for the library is still going on Saturday, the 29th of this month. The Battle of Cricket Ballet is showing. Then on October 5, there's Judge Henry Wincoop program. And then, of course, on November 7, it's a Saturday, is Local History Day from 9 to 12, and they're going to talk about that. So the library's moving and shaking with all the programs and all the activity. I have a hard time finding a parking spot when I go in. Okay, I want to remind everybody the library's website is freelibrarynt-org. So if you need any more dates, reminders, go to the website and you'll find them. So thank you very much, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Lombardo.
Good. Well, summer is about to come to an end. I hate to say that, but that's true. We had a fantastic season with our free concerts in the park. I see a gentleman who's here tonight who I saw last night at the last concert. So we had our last concert last night. It was a makeup because during this year we had a little trouble with some rain and one little problem with some wildfires that came down from Canada, which had the air quality wasn't good enough to have it. But we had almost every concert but one. We ended last night with a fabulous Grease Band. Had a tremendous turnout. My report here says we had 3,000 people for all the concerts, but that was before last night. I'm going to make an announcement that we probably had 2,000 people last night. So that number will be 5,000 people for the whole concert series. So I want to thank everybody who came, and you know, maybe next year we'll have a Dolly Parton cover band.
That would be
Okay,
great.
tribute band, yes. But it was a great summer there. Now looking ahead and before our next board meeting, there's going to be two more things that are going to be happening on September 16th. There's a trip to Just in Time. It's a Bobby Darin musical. It's kind of like a cover musical for them. And then next day on the 17th, we have a senior expo center at the Northampton Valley Country Club. That's at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 1. And that's great for senior citizens decisions. I happened to attend one last year. A lot of good information at these things. You get a lot of good information. The fall brochure, our Parks and Rec fall brochure, I understand has just been mailed out recently, so you will be seeing it in your mail. Oh, you got it, sir. Good. Right there it is. There's one right there. So you should be getting it or have it right now in your mailbox. So please look for that. A little bit of advance notice. We mark your calendar for the Halloween happening Friday, October 23rd, 5:30 to 7:30, out at the same park where we have our concerts. It's called Municipal Park or Blue Park, whatever you prefer. So that's what's happening. The Parks and Rec is having a great year so far, and our camps just ended too. Our camps were completely full, our summer camps, and they just ended. The pool, I think, is also closing this Friday night with a kind of a nighttime swim and everything, and they're having fun stuff there and food and everything. So if you feel like swimming Friday night, if it's a nice night, go there. Now for the Senior Center. Senior Center has been doing very well. We've been increasing our membership there. We have been having a membership drive, doing well. Penn Medicine is going to be visiting there to go through a nutritional program for everybody, but for seniors especially. AARP is going to have a safe driving course. My mom could have used that. On Friday, September 11th, 10 to 3, they're going to be there. And then we're going to have, once again, in October, they're going to have their Oktoberfest party. It's a really good time. They have eats, drinks, fun, they dance. It's a good time to come and have fun. So that's it for the Senior Center. I did mention the Northampton Valley Country Club. Once again, please go to the tavern and have a great lunch or dinner. It's a great place to eat and meet friends. I will be there tomorrow, in case anybody wants to know, having lunch. So thank you.
Thank you. No reports from me this evening. Enjoy the rest of your summer. It's hard to believe it goes faster every year, doesn't it? And I will say before we reconvene, it will be, another thing hard to believe, the 25th anniversary of the tragic attack of September 11th. Cost thousands of Americans their lives. My family lived in New York. No one was hurt, fortunately, but I remember saying at the time, someday people up here are going to forget about this. And my father said, "You're wrong." This is one of the few times I'm able to say, "No, Dad, you were wrong." So an awful lot of people seem to forget what lessons were learned that day. Make sure the younger generation knows. That's all I have. Manager's report, Mr. Pellegrino.
I have no report this evening. Thank you.
Assistant Manager's report, Mr. Wirt.
Any report tonight, thank you.
The Solicitor's report, Mr. Pizzo.
No report this evening.
We're on a roll. Well, there's no engineer's report because the engineer's not here this evening. And this will be the second opportunity for public comment. This is for non-agenda items. Thank you. All right. Is it Mr. Leister?
Curtis Leister.
I got to pronounce that one right. Okay. If you could just state your full name into the microphone, sir, and indicate if you are a township resident.
Curtis Leister, Cornell Avenue in Churchville.
Thank you.
Just moved there a year and a half ago, but we're not new to Northampton. In 1990, we lived on Willowbrook Drive. Jim Kinney and his wife Joan were our next-door neighbors. Okay. Our kids were the first to go to Welsh, first to go to South, but then retired and moved south. I just moved back because my grandkids are here. Okay? So what I'm saying has to do with my grandkids and your grandkids too. I noticed something with the vegetation coming back here has really changed. I'm looking for updates on the weed ordinance. And I see something very serious, and I wanted to show you guys some pictures, but I really couldn't get an efficient way of doing it, so I made a little dramatic 2-minute video. I'm not going to show it to you now, but if you give me an email address, you have my email, I'll send it to you. I would like you all to see it. It's pretty important and timely.
Well,
so that's it.
I want to say welcome back. Thank you. That's a ringing endorsement that you would come back, even though I know it was your grandchildren that were probably the biggest catalyst. And
Right.
if you go on the township website, all of our email addresses are available. Please feel free to share whatever you like
So
with
should I
us.
just send it to each one of these like that?
You can send it to all of us at one time on a thread or however is easier for you, or to Mr. Pellegrino. As long as there are no viruses, we're
Because
fine.
he's the one I would talk to about a weed ordinance. I have not seen it. It's not been updated since like 2014. You got bamboo on it, stuff like that. But
If you share it with Mr. Pellegrino, I'm certain he will share it with us. So whatever's easier for you.
and I have been in touch with Park and Rec. with Jennifer of them and Kristen about doing something in the park there, so it's timely.
Weeds on,
You're off. There you go.
weeds on private property or in the rights of way, or?
Rights of way, township property, I have in private property too, but there's a paper street next to me. I had an issue with Mr. Mike McCormick, does his name come out? You know, so, well, anyway, I'll send it to you, and I want information about our weed ordinance, okay? Or to update it, because we really have to update it.
Thank you.
Take a look at
Thank
it.
you.
Mr. Leister?
Terrific.
With no further business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second that?
Hasn't happened yet. Yeah,
I make the motion to adjourn. I didn't get it. I didn't know it was on.
we're anxious, and I'll take the second. All right, meeting adjourned.